Yeah, you know, that's an interesting one because would you believe that there is no such thing? There are shingles that are anti-algae or protection against algae, and there's a few different versions of that. So one manufacturer uses a copper encapsulated granule. So the granule actually has copper around it, and that stops that black, ugly streaking that you see on the houses. Some of them use a product called Scotchgard. You've heard that name 1,000 times. There's a bunch of different ways of doing that. But what it does is it stops, again, the black streaking that you see. So you get to this lighter color roof, you walk up and go, wow, that looks like hell, and it's got these lines going down it. It's clean around where the pipes are. Well, that's because the galvanizing helps clean a lot of that junk off, but then the rest of the roof turns black and it just gets this ugly streaking. That is the algae that we're talking about. So the homeowners buy a roof, they talk to their roofing expert, and the roofer says, yep, go ahead and put this shingle on. You're never going to have to deal with that again. Or they may say, well, it's going to last from 7 to 10 years. So the homeowner thinks, I just bought this shingle. I'm not going to have to do any maintenance for the next 7 to 10 years. That's not true. Again, it stops algae. Moss is a different animal. Moss will actually feed off of the algae that's there. It'll also feed off of dirt that's up there. So it stops the algae but not the moss. So the first couple of years, nothing's going to grow on your roof just because the manufacturing process. It has oils and things like that that are going to leach off the roof. Plus, it's a clean roof. Let's get a couple of winters and summers into that roof, and now all those oils have kind of leached off. It's a clean roof, and now the dirts have started to stick to it, and now you start to grow the moss on there. Call us out, and we try to explain to them that yes, you have an anti-algae shingle, but that's, again, for looks. It doesn't stop the moss. Two reasons why a roofer would do that. One is they just physically don't know. They think it stops moss, or they're lying to the homeowner. Those are the two basic reasons. There are two specific algae that those don't stop. Guess where they grow most? Right here in the Pacific Northwest. So even though it stops most of the algae, there's about 2% of the algae that it won't touch, and it unfortunately grows out here. So you're still going to need to maintain the roof. You're still going to need to call Roof Life of Oregon, have us come out, look at the roof, prescribe the right way to take care of that moss. Unfortunately, we live in a really dark green state. We get a lot of rain, a lot of sun, and moss just loves it out here. So you're going to have to maintain your roof. You can call us right away and we'll tell you about the lifespan that it's going to start having that problem. Typically the 2nd to 3rd year is when you're going to start seeing the moss and things like that, because again, it has to go through that cleaning cycle and get all the residues off. We'll come out a month after you put it on if you want. We can do it a well care check. Make sure the roof is put on correctly. Make sure the pipes are correct. We can tell you what's going to happen in the future just based on what we know from our experience. But typically your 2nd to 3rd year is when you're going to start seeing growth.